At the heart of self-leadership is the ability to make decisions with intention. Every choice you make, whether big or small, has the power to move you closer to or further from your goals. In a world full of distractions and competing priorities, the ability to make deliberate, value-driven decisions is essential. It requires self-awareness and a clear understanding of what you truly want out of life. This level of clarity helps you stay focused and act in alignment with your long-term vision, even when short-term temptations arise. Ladies and gentlemen, today let us explore a principle so fundamental yet so profound that it holds the power to shape the course of your life, the art of keeping promises to yourself. You see, the promises you make to yourself are not mere words, they are commitments to your own potential, agreements with your own soul, and the building blocks of your destiny. Personal integrity is the cornerstone of all lasting success, and it begins with the promises we make to ourselves. Too often we place external commitments, whether to others or to tasks, above the promises we've made to our own well-being, growth, and aspirations. Yet the foundation of our character, and indeed the path to a fulfilled life, is built upon our ability to keep the promises we make to ourselves. These promises are a reflection of our deepest values, and when we honor them, we cultivate self-respect, trust, and confidence. The promises we make to ourselves aren't just words we say, they are commitments to our own growth and personal development. They serve as the moral compass that guides our decisions, actions, and overall life direction. Think about the times you've made a promise to yourself, whether it was to wake up earlier, exercise more, or prioritize learning something new. In each instance, these commitments to yourself are what set the stage for growth. When we keep those promises, we honor our true potential, creating a sense of accomplishment and reinforcing the belief that we are capable of shaping our own futures. However, personal integrity requires more than just making promises. It demands that we follow through on those commitments, even when it's inconvenient or challenging. Integrity means doing what we said we would do, no matter the external circumstances. For example, when you tell yourself you will take care of your health, it's not about simply knowing that exercise is important, but about consistently showing up for yourself, even on days when you don't feel like it. It's the action behind the promise that solidifies your character and fortifies your self-respect. When you break a promise to yourself, whether consciously or unconsciously, you undermine your own integrity. It's easy to overlook these small infractions, but each broken promise chips away at your self-trust. And without self-trust, it becomes harder to believe in your own abilities, leading to self-doubt and a lack of confidence. On the other hand, when you consistently honor the promises you make, no matter how small, you build an unshakable foundation of integrity that reinforces your sense of self-worth. One of the most powerful aspects of personal integrity is its ability to shape our behavior and influence our mindset. When you align your actions with your values and follow through on the promises you make, you are actively cultivating a positive self-image. This is not about perfection, it's about persistence and accountability. It's about taking responsibility for your choices and holding yourself accountable for the promises you've made, even when no one is watching. This kind of integrity not only transforms how you see yourself, but also how you interact with the world around you. The more promises we keep with ourselves, the stronger our inner resilience becomes. Life will always present obstacles and challenges, but a person who maintains integrity in the face of adversity is one who knows how to persevere. Each promise you keep is an opportunity to prove to yourself that you are worthy of success, that you are capable of making progress, and that your actions align with your intentions. In conclusion, personal integrity, rooted in the promises we make to ourselves, is the bedrock of a life well lived. By committing to our own values, following through with discipline, and continually showing up for ourselves, we create the framework for a life of self-respect and accomplishment. The more we honor our promises, the more our actions begin to reflect our true potential, and ultimately our lives begin to mirror the strength, confidence, and fulfillment that comes from consistently choosing integrity over convenience. Consistency is one of the most powerful forces in life. It's the practice of making small, deliberate efforts each day that compound over time to create monumental change. The importance of consistency cannot be overstated. It's the difference between a goal that remains a distant dream and one that becomes a tangible reality. It's not the grand gestures or isolated acts that create success, but the quiet, consistent actions we take day after day that truly transform our lives. In the context of keeping promises to yourself, consistency is everything. When you promise yourself that you will achieve something, it's not the occasional effort that gets you there, it's the continuous commitment to showing up, even when motivation is low, even when distractions are tempting, and even when the results are not immediately visible. Whether it's adopting a healthier lifestyle, learning a new skill, or advancing in your career, success comes from the steady, consistent effort you put in every single day. One of the most valuable aspects of consistency is its cumulative effect. When you make small daily commitments, whether it's exercising for 20 minutes, reading a chapter of a book, or writing a few lines towards a project, you may not see immediate results. But over time, these small actions accumulate, and the compound effect of consistent effort begins to manifest in significant progress. Imagine, for example, if you read just one chapter of a book every day. Over the course of a year, you will have read 365 chapters, potentially finishing several books. This consistent action, although small on its own, has the power to transform your knowledge, mindset, and perspective. The challenge, however, is that consistency often requires discipline and patience. It can be easy to get discouraged when we don't see immediate results, or when the path ahead feels long and uncertain. But it's important to remember that growth is often not linear. It's the result of compounded, small improvements that build upon each other. The key is to trust the process and remain committed, even when the rewards seem distant. The process of consistency is what turns effort into achievement. It's about putting in the work day in and day out without always needing external validation or immediate outcomes. This mindset is what leads to mastery and progress over time. Another critical element of consistency is its ability to foster discipline. Discipline isn't just about adhering to a set of rules, it's about aligning your actions with your long-term vision and staying true to the promises you've made to yourself. When you commit to consistency, you strengthen your discipline, which in turn strengthens your ability to stay focused, manage your time, and prioritize what matters most. The more disciplined you become in your daily habits, the more momentum you build, and the easier it becomes to stay on course. Consistency, therefore, becomes the backbone of success. It's not just a matter of doing the right things, but doing them consistently, which ultimately results in mastery over time. At its core, consistency is about showing up, even when it's hard, even when the path isn't clear, and even when progress seems slow. It's about making a promise to yourself that you will not give up, that you will continue forward with unwavering dedication, and that you will trust that your efforts will eventually pay off. By keeping that promise and maintaining consistency, you turn ordinary actions into extraordinary results. And in doing so, you unlock the transformative power of small, consistent steps, creating the life you desire through the steady rhythm of daily commitment. Self-leadership is the cornerstone of all success, and it begins from within. It's the ability to guide yourself through life's challenges, make decisions that align with your values, and hold yourself accountable for your own actions. Before you can lead others, before you can inspire change in the world around you, you must first master the art of leading yourself. This internal leadership lays the groundwork for everything you do, influencing how you interact with others, how you pursue your goals, and how you shape your future. The first step in self-leadership is understanding that you are responsible for your own life. Too often, people look outside themselves for guidance, for approval, or for someone to push them toward success. While mentors and coaches can be incredibly helpful, true leadership comes from within. It's about making the decision to take full ownership of your life and the results that come from it. You can no longer rely on external circumstances or people to dictate your actions. Instead, you become the architect of your own destiny, designing a life based on the choices you make each day. At the heart of self-leadership is the ability to make decisions with intention. Every choice you make, whether big or small, has the power to move you closer to or further from your goals. In a world full of distractions and competing priorities, the ability to make deliberate, value-driven decisions is essential. It requires self-awareness and a clear understanding of what you truly want out of life. This level of clarity helps you stay focused and act in alignment with your long-term vision, even when short-term temptations arise. Being a self-leader also means taking consistent action, even when things don't feel easy or motivating. It's easy to take action when you're excited or inspired, but self-leadership requires that you show up and keep moving forward, even when the initial excitement fades. This is where discipline plays a key role. Discipline is what helps you remain focused and on track when your motivation wanes. A self-leader doesn't wait for inspiration to strike. They build the habit of showing up every day, regardless of how they feel, to do the work that needs to be done. This type of action is what separates those who achieve their goals from those who give up halfway. Equally important is the ability to hold yourself accountable. Self-leadership requires a high level of personal responsibility. You must be willing to acknowledge when things don't go according to plan, learn from your mistakes, and make the necessary adjustments to stay on course. There's no one else to blame for your failures or setbacks. Instead of pointing fingers, you take ownership of your actions and use every experience as an opportunity for growth. This internal accountability is vital for building confidence, trust, and resilience. When you hold yourself accountable, you develop a deeper sense of integrity and the ability to trust yourself to make the right choices. Furthermore, self-leadership involves continuous self-reflection and improvement. It's about regularly assessing where you are in your journey and determining what you need to do differently in order to improve. Self-leaders are never complacent. They are always striving to better themselves, whether it's through acquiring new skills, enhancing their mindset, or building stronger habits. This drive for continuous improvement is what fuels progress and helps you evolve into the best version of yourself. Finally, self-leadership requires the courage to take risks and step outside your comfort zone. Growth happens when you challenge yourself, when you push through fear, and when you take bold action despite uncertainty. It's about being brave enough to make decisions that might not have an immediate payoff, but are aligned with your long-term goals. A self-leader understands that risks are part of the journey, and that without risk, there can be no significant reward. In essence, self-leadership is the ability to take full responsibility for your life and shape your future through conscious decisions, disciplined action, and a commitment to continuous growth. It's about understanding that the power to change, grow, and succeed lies within you. When you embrace self-leadership, you not only create a life of purpose and fulfillment, but you also become an inspiration to others, showing them that true leadership begins from within.